seal off the space. Just clearing out of my energy field any low vibrational energies. Clearing out anyone else's mental or emotional energy that might be impacting my frequency. Okay. I'm calling in my higher self, my very highest self. Quiet. As we set some sacred space now, calling in all guides and healing teams of light working, supporting, assisting Sarah. Yay. They're saying you're about to embark on the lesson of learning patience. I don't know why that's making me laugh.
I'm having to be very patient.
Yeah, they're saying that there are many blockages. They're just showing me shamanic guides that have stepped forward. They're saying that there is a reason that you're being called to Peru. There is a reason. They're saying you're going to meet someone, a man, not a romantic man, but they're just showing me. They're just saying there's medicine, there's magic for you there, which is a comprehension is what they're saying, but they're showing me a spark of light of you within your own shamanic resonance in they're calling it quote unquote past life, but everything is now. Does this make sense? So they're saying that there are fibers within the energetic grid of the land. They're showing me like it looks like a flower of life symbol, but it's like a grid pattern underneath Peru. There's one specific point. It's next to the Machu Picchu. It's next to a huge lake. They're saying we are taking you here to drain your energy system of what once was. There is more trauma to be released, toxicity from your body. They're saying clearing out placeholders of familial regret. There are other people's emotional they're saying emotional neglect on your part. They're showing me it will be a deep period of purging for you on every level, physically, emotionally, mentally. This is planned. You planned this yourself, they're saying. And what your light language wants to come on, your healing gifts want to come
I know,
on.
I can feel it.
Yeah, it's really strong. It's right there, but there's a little bit of mental cognition that is overshadowing the ability, and they're saying a lack of safety and freedom in your everyday life. So they're showing me the boat was not a place for that to come online. This is the space. And they're saying, wow, they're saying the journey that you will go on from day 1 to the end of month 3 is profound. So they're saying this is an accelerated time of your gifts. This is an accelerated time of shedding. They're showing me almost like, you know how someone, I guess you haven't had the experience of growing a human, but they're showing me it is like you are birthing your own self, and the gestation period of being a human, growing a human.
Yeah, I can feel this.
Yeah, is 10 months, but you're going to touch the embryo of your original divine blueprint, meaning your God source frequency, the part of you that was fractaled off. They're showing me a visualization of a beehive, and you know how there's those hexagonal structures. Imagine that there's a lid on it, and taking a little slicer, and you're being sliced from the fabric of God. This is what is being reborn within you as a seed. You are seeding your own purified consciousness within your sacral, and you are going through the motions of growing yourself, nurturing, re-embodying everything that you are already intrinsically connected to, and weaving that through the fabric of your cells, your quantum cells is what they're showing me. I've never heard of a quantum cell before, but just trust what they're saying.
Okay.
They're just showing me it's moving into the deepest level of your being, because what is ready to be birthed is one, your creatrix self is what they're saying, your divine feminine, like priestesshood, womanhood, but also how do I explain it? Could you please show me all of the archetypal energies? They're saying the one that cuts the shit, that cuts through the shit, that cuts through people's shit. There is more of a cutthroat version of you that is wanting to be birthed. She is a wild woman. She is a medicine woman. She is entangled with the forces of nature that are at some times brutalistic in their nature for the effect of positive transformation that they have. So they're showing me you stepping into your leadership, and there are parts of yourself that need to drink from your own medicine first, because you have up to this point which we've explored, been hiding and diminishing and suppressing and ignoring and doubting and judging yourself, right? This is what you're feeling in the solar plexus right now. They're showing me there are a culmination of suppression. We're going to work on the solar plexus today.
I also, just this is coming up quite big for me as a thing. I feel financially unsafe because I'm not used to not having an income.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the next income is coming from.
You do not trust in the flow of your own security. You do not trust in the flow. Let's just break that down as a construct for one moment. Yeah, it's going to start clearing. Okay, this is going to be big. Well, it'll be what it will be. But there are fear patternings where they're just showing me, imagine you can break yourself in half, and the left side of your body and the right side of your body are two individual consciousnesses. Imagine that you're standing and there are two pumps. There's the left pump imagine a pump on the floor with a balloon and a right pump on the floor with a balloon. This is what they're showing me. Instead of pumping both feet, so the feminine energy goes psh, and the balloon grows, and the masculine energy goes psh, and the balloon grows, you're pumping on the right foot out of fear. So there's an over identification and an over. This balloon is way too big, but inside is not pure energy. Inside is false energy, false light. They're showing me if you eat a hamburger, there's no real food in there, so you're not sustained. There's no sustenance within the right channel, so your masculine identity is exuding a sense of I am independent and I can do it, but no, it's based on, if I took a pin, they're saying, boop, everything would collapse, right? It's not built on solid ground. So they're saying you do not trust in the flow of your own authentic, inherent, and confident ability. Imagine the room of your heart has 13 doorways that you can walk through. You are on the very outside of your house and you feel cold, you feel alone, you feel afraid, you feel doused in lack consciousness, right? Fear. They're showing me as you move through the hallways of your beingness, of your heart, you will open the door to your core centric frequency. And they're showing me this very inner last room is full of gold, liquid gold, thick riches and gold. Here you have they're saying pertinence, patience, confidence, calm, calibration, abundance. You have literally everything that you've ever needed and wanted generated from within. They're saying now feel the segregation and separation between the most deep, authentic, liquid light within your heart and where you stand now on the outside in fear. Does this make sense? They're saying it is about not how can I walk directly into that. It's about honoring and respecting all of the versions of you that are living in that house, in those rooms. So imagine that there are 13 rooms and every door opens to another door into another room, and there is a version of you within that room that is feeling deathly frightened, deathly abandoned, deathly alone, neglected, suppressed. Does this make sense? Denied. This is what we aim for you to walk into the room, look at this version of you, address how she feels, feel with her, move through the emotions, release it, and tidy up the vibrational patterns. This is going to be done in your alone time. It is not anything to be skipped because you are a teacher and you are a guide. You must move through every door, every realm. There is no bypassing the doors. And it will be uncomfortable, they're saying. They're showing me the solar plexus. There's a deep the template is oscillating at a diminished vibration, meaning if you imagine a very bulbous and joyful and vital life force energy of the solar plexus, it's been layered and degraded over time. So this is what we're going to come through and work on today. How does that feel hearing that?
Yeah, good.
They're saying it is not, they're just saying rags to riches. It is not your internal authentic vibration to be poverty consciousness. Just know that. Know that it is your like honest to God, true divine birthright to be harmonically aligned to. You're also very, very generous, except to yourself, they're saying. So there are lots of different templates we can look at here. So let's go up. Let's go in. Is there anything else you want to address or bring up?
No. The only other thing is that, and I think I need to figure this out on my own, but I have lots of different things I'm looking at the moment. Like I'm studying like this publishing course, and I'm also writing books, and I'm so drawn to just writing this one particular book, but it is the biggest risk. And then there's this publishing thing that's boring as ass to me, but it's not a risk. It's sort of a sure thing. And I just am so...
They're saying so let everything... Can you put this to the back burner for 3 months?
Yeah.
Can you? Like, do you have to make a decision in the next 3 months?
Well, that comes back to finances, because I feel like I need to make my own money. I mean, I live in... This is the world we live in. I'm going to run out of money.
They're saying, they're just showing me like Peru being quite a cheap place to live. Do you have enough money to sustain you for 3 months in Peru?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Let's go up and let's have them address that, because
my pattern is to just go back to yachting, because I can make so much money and it's safe. And as soon as I feel that like...
They're not wanting to address what choice you should make. They're addressing where you are making the choice from and what are the conditionings and patternings that you're making the choice from. So it's not about the choice at all. They're saying once we tidy up your vibration and you get to the very deepest core, you won't ever have to worry about that ever again. So
Okay.
So this is like the cycle, the pattern. You're going on the race course and you're running around the grass and you're excuse my language, fucking up the grass. You need to find the trap door and go inside the earth and go deeper, because once you get to the core, you can step out and you can walk off that track. You can end that cycle. You can end that pattern. So let's just connect to your frequency now. Okay, so calling on Sarah's higher self, her very high self. Wow. She's very proud. She's just saying there are choices that are percolating in your psyche, that there are 3 that she's very, 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 very fond of for you, taking space, taking time, exploring your power, exploring your multidimensional consciousness, and exploring your need for love. She's saying exploring your need for a healthy, loving relationship with self and with other. This is a theme that you will be exploring, and she's like, I want to nourish you. She says that you've been disconnected from your higher divine feminine light since the age of about 8, and there is a very deep reconnection that almost feels overwhelming to the point where you don't know how to run that energy. Does this make sense? It's almost uncomfortable to receive your higher divine feminine love for yourself, because that wasn't mirrored or or projected to you in a healthy way in your life. However, they're saying slowly, let the light come in slowly and start to play with it. So I'm going to open up your field now, and just opening up over the top of your, okay, there's a bit of junk on your field, so we'll just clear that out. So I'm just going to open up your field. I just want to clear out projections of shame and more humanistic, how do I explain it? They're showing me judgments in other people's energy, and I'm just going to do a light clearing of just the last month, like the holiday period. Let's just take Sarah's frequency and my frequency up. There are old ways that you would treat yourself. They're saying beating yourself up. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
That's the only way that I can phrase it. There's an energy of, it's a past, how do I explain? It's a pattern that you used to do that you're learning to outgrow, but there have been some experiences where you followed that thread or that line of thought just for a little bit in your last month that I've seen you, right? So they're just showing me it's time to release that out. It doesn't get you where you want to be, and you know that. So I'm just opening up a channel of light over your they're also saying if you want to bring on your light language, you're going to have to stop the judgment, because you have to be so non-judgmental as your light language comes through.
Sorry, say that again. You just dropped out.
Oh, they're saying you're going to have to being so non-judgmental of yourself as your light language comes through. So they're just making me laugh.
Yeah, it makes me really uncomfortable. Like I'm a fraud or something.
Yeah, exactly. So they're saying to me, that's making me laugh because I totally get it, but they're just showing me there are ways in which your psyche bullies yourself. Like there are human thoughts in which you bully yourself that they are releasing at this time. So let's just take Sarah's frequency and my frequency up into a higher dimensional. Yeah, okay. I'm just laying out your energy body, just calling on all masters of light. Okay. We're going to start some clearing, my friend. So just opening up a tube of light over your throat. Do you have a brother?
No. I have 2 sisters.
There's a boy over your throat. 1 second. Okay, do you give permission to release everyone else's emotional and mental energy perceived or projected out of your frequency?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, there's a lot of pressure over your high heart. Let's just clear all that out. Bringing in the violet flame light and a channel of light. Let's just start to project that out of your frequency. They're saying, oh, hang on. Oh, it's a lot in there. Hopefully this is going to feel nice as it's clearing out, but they're just saying, there's a voice inside saying, but who will I be without these old constructs, without these old clothes? There's a part of you that's fearing to go to 0 point within yourself, to go to complete emptiness. There's a small part of you that is so used to wearing these clothes that you wear every day, of jealousy, of judgment, of shame, of fear, that it almost feels too great of a jump to go to the space of divine neutrality. Does that make sense to you? Yeah. Okay. So let's just clear out the fear. Oh, there's a voice that I'm hearing saying, I would rather to stay small than to do what it is that I'm about to do. So there's a fear.
I know, I'm terrified.
Yeah, let's just support some. Are you ready to release some of what is ready to be released of this fear? Because they're saying, once you see the full picture and you step back from the painting of what you're creating of yourself, you would never ever want to go backwards, right? You only want to go forwards into this space. So there really is nothing to fear but the freaking quintessential saying of fear itself. So I would like to release, the indoctrination. This is the mother stuff. Okay. You also have a lot of galactic guidance that's coming through. Are you doing? Yeah, you're doing the course. Okay. So there's a lot of galactic energy that's going to connect with you over the next 6 to 9 months. It's going to up level you. It's going to activate you. You're going to come into exactly who you are, and you're going to come into your own. But we need to clear the resistance and the fear of ostracization. The part of you that wants to couple up to the cool kids. They're showing me not the cool kids, but the people who are in majority. It's very complex. So I'm just opening up a higher portal of light right over your high heart. Yes, perfect. Yeah, she's ready to shed that now. Thank you. You're also very silenced by your mother. Do you get permission to release? It's like on the 16th layer of energy above your throat. There is, from very young age, maybe 3 or 4, there was a sharp tone that your mother spoke to you in, and it shut you down. It shut you down. They're showing me, wow, you really learned shame from that. Are you ready to release, transmute, give back up this templated experience with your mother in your quantum field?
Yeah.
Okay, what was the belief? Please show me the belief that she took on. That someone has power over you, that you are to be molded and manipulated, that you could be bad, that you could be wrong. Clearing all fear pertaining to her whole quantum field from this experience with her mother. Coming out of the back of the hips too. Not only was this experience challenging for you, felt shame, but you also felt responsible for the way that your mother felt. Does this make sense? There's an emotion within the back of your hips. Oh, it's big. Do you give permission to untether from your mother's emotional energy out of the back of your sacral throughout your whole quantum field? Yeah, show me. Wow. 6 lifetimes as well. Okay, we're going to open up her quantum field. Let's go deeper now. Thank you. Show me all emotional residue, resonance of the mother's interconnectivity with Sarah's field, where she is embodied, taken on, taken ownership, taken got responsibility for her mother in that soul's incarnational expression upon all timeline. Thank you. Too many words. We'll start with this life, clearing out, unplugging, disconnecting. Wow. It's clearing from the back of the spine, clearing from the belief structures, clearing from the mind, clearing from the back of the hips. And through the lining of her solar plexus, show me all belief structures that she took on about herself from this instance at age 3. Thank you. Okay, it's a lot of responsibility you took on, Sarah.
Yeah, I've always felt that.
Way a lot of responsibility. Okay, they're showing me this imagery of your mother in a wheelchair as a child and you being the mother. They're showing me a relationship dynamic that you may have experienced in a different expression where your mother was handicapped and you were her carer. Does this make sense to you? They're showing me...
That's kind of how it feels.
Oh, okay, wow, yeah. They're showing me there... I'm gonna trust what I'm seeing, that there was a lifetime where you were endowed to her every movement. Your nervous system was super connected to hers, because at any time she could choke on her. They're showing me like when they foam in their mouth or something like this, like really handicapped. Got to sort of get. You also took on that you birthed a child like this, like you held a lot of.
Yeah, so I was scared in this lifetime to have a child because I couldn't have a handicapped child. I always felt bad about it, but I could not deal with that.
Yeah, you've done it before. You didn't like it.
Yeah,
It wasn't good.
I couldn't do it.
You did it with
I
your
couldn't do
mother.
it again.
Yeah, you did it with your mother. Do you give permission? I want to address this. Show me what. Yeah, okay. Wow, okay. I'm going to read through all the emotions and then we're going to clear them as channels, okay? So anger, suppression, frustration, rage, disconnection, discontent, hatred, suffocation.
Yeah, that's familiar.
Okay, you ready? It's going to get a bit intense. We're just calling on all masters of light. There's a channel of all of these energies in your, in your spine. And I'm just going to open up a portal to God's source light. Clearing all energies from that life. And all lifetimes holding the same emotions. Loneliness, shame upon yourself, shame upon your body, shame upon your abilities. Suicidal tendencies. Despair. Clearing suppression from your authentic power and light. Just the word suppression, just clearing all suppression. Clearing guilt now. There's just a channel of guilt running through. Taking really deep breaths as that energy is clearing. You're doing really well. Doing really well. Okay, the reason that you chose that experience is you were coming through. This is a complicated. 1 second. Okay, you chose to sign up for that experience. I'm just going to speak out loud and hope it makes sense. Because of remorse that you faced, there was a lifetime in the church as a nun or as a holy being, as a prophet, but you were very indoctrinated, they're showing me, into believing that you had to pay penance. Does that make sense? Like pay remittance, is that the right word? You have to give your tithings to God to be worthy. Does this make sense? So there's something linked within false narratives and indoctrination of religious concepts or ideologies from like this, I want to say like the 1600s. Like they're just showing me numbers like from a long time ago, right? Even though everything is now. And they're just saying that you thought that you would prove your worthiness by through suffering. Does this make sense? So there's a paradigm within you that believes that you can prove your worthiness, which is crazy because you're inherently worthy. So there is no need for proving consciousness. There wasn't a need at all, but there's a lack within you that feels it needs to. And there is something there's a mental equation. Suffering equals worthiness, and I will prove, and then I will do this, and then once I surpass this. But they're saying the catch-22 is, this is the cycle that you're trying to break. There is no one that's going to calm down and praise you and cut the ribbon and say you're finished, because no one was there judging you and timing you, right? So, let's go up a bit higher of a dimension. They're saying 16th dimensional frequencies, contract clearing and decording. So let's go up higher. I'm asking for all masters of light. There's a blue avian being here that can disconnect the tethers within her quantum field. They're showing me there's a cord tuning into your throat, your solar plexus, your heart, the left side of your heart, your mind. There are 6 cords out of the mind that are all plugging into and vibrating and harmonizing with this belief pattern, with this belief structure. And we're asking to, it almost looks like a... Imagine a hubcap on a car and it's fallen off and it's laying flat on the ground, right? And it's a bit broken and it's a bit damaged. This is just how they're showing it to me. Yeah. We're wanting to crush it up. Does this make sense? We're wanting to completely demolish it. So do you give permission? Let me just ask exactly what it is. First they're saying let's clear the contract that suffering equals worthiness. Across all time space. Okay, so what they're going to do is clear all self-hatred first around that, because there is hatred that comes from a space of hatred, right? Okay, you've been involved in cults before. I don't know if we spoke about this, but there is a you've been involved in certain groups. You're not going to do that ever again. You've learned, but this is still somewhat active as a vibration in the back of your field. I asked to fully disconnect, unplug, untether, untie from all multidimensional realms, known and unknown, or quantum experiences. Whoa, okay. Yeah, that was a teaching. The more you suffer, the closer you are to God. Probably this is ripe within a lot of people on this planet, actually. There's a lot of people believing that. Wow, they're just showing me the numbers of them. Wow. Anyway, okay, we're ready to start clearing. So I'm just opening up a channel of light over this belief structure hubcap. God, that is so cool. And as that energy is clearing, they're showing me the light of a savior, but the savior is you. So calling on your higher self light, calling on your higher self power, calling on all fractals, energies, aspects, oversoul, frequencies of Sarah's light. Wow, you're so forgiving. It's so beautiful. Okay, could you say aloud, I am ready to release contracts of suffering equal worthiness.
I am ready to release contracts of suffering equal worthiness.
I'm ready to release all religious indoctrination.
I'm ready to release all religious indoctrination.
I'm ready to release my part in all negative group consciousness.
I'm ready to release my part in all negative group consciousness.
Hang on. Okay, there's some man that you've plugged into and you've given him your power, you've given him your voice, you've given him your money, you've given him your child, you've given him your body. There's some leader at some point in your life. Can you just tune into that expression? Can you say, I'm ready to release anyone who holds my power over me?
I'm ready to release anyone who holds my power over me.
I no longer give permission for my energy to disperse that way.
I no longer give permission for my energy to disperse that way.
Okay, perfect. Could you say clearing all cords known and unknown?
Clearing all cords known and unknown.
There's no longer a need for this experience.
There's no longer a need for this experience.
Okay, now let me just bring that through all of the layers of your system. Okay, this is so fascinating. This is so epic. I've never seen this before. Okay, imagine that and you'll go through this in the training, you're laying on an energetic table and there are like 100 different layers of auric fields around you. So imagine a bubble and then a bubble and then a bubble, then a bubble, right? I've opened up a portal, it's almost like a very powerful tornado of light, and it goes right up into full God source light, and what it's doing is it's pulling through all of these layers. Imagine this tornado is right in the middle over your solar plexus, and we're just clearing all vibratory structures through all time-space realities of Sarah's quantum field that have given her power over into a man, into a woman, into a relationship, into a boss, into a parent, into clearing all false light power constructs. Oh, wow. This is the stemming of your unworthiness. And the hurt. Tuning into the hurt in your heart where you do feel unworthy. Releasing all darkness, debris, density. Okay, show me the hurt within her quantum heart now. Yes. We'll come to that in a moment. Okay. So, I'm going to set a timer for that energy to continue releasing over the next 15 minutes. And what we're going to do is, what would you like to replace that belief structure? If the past was suffering equals worthiness, what are we going to replace that template with now, that program?
You want me to answer?
Yep.
Okay. Everything is love.
Something more personal.
Okay.
To do with your finances, to do with your worthiness, to do with your power, to do with your inherent ability. If you chose lifetimes of suffering to prove your worthiness, what is
I
something?
am worthy.
Yes.
Of all I desire.
Why?
Because I am.
Exactly. Perfect. Exactly. They said because I am, because I exist, because this is the fabric of the universe.
Because I am love.
So I want you to tune in now, and I want you to imagine a tapestry, a weaving, almost like how they make silk rugs, and you're tuning into the tapestry of the fabric of reality, which is unconditional love, unconditional support, tuning into the part of you that is a thread within that tapestry. And imagine taking a beautiful pen, maybe a quill with a feather, whatever it is, onto a piece of paper, and I want you to stand in your I am presence, and we're just going to write a new contract, writing up a new agreement, a signature, belief structure now. Imagine a very beautiful parchment of paper, and you're standing there, your beautiful hair is flowing, your solar plexus is on fire, your frequency is huge. You're writing now, taking that pen, writing I, and speaking aloud as you write. Tell me what you're writing.
Sorry, I find this sort of thing really difficult.
Tell me. What are you finding difficult?
I always think I'm going to get it wrong.
Do you want to write it together? You want to speak it out loud before you write it? Okay. So, okay. They're flooding energy. They're just showing me words coming into your mind. So just saying aloud, I, the quantum being of light that I am,
the quantum being of light that I am,
resign all old beliefs, in favor of the one true reality, which is as follows. I am inherently powerful.
I am inherently powerful.
I'm inherently worthy.
I am inherently worthy.
I am inherently abundant.
I am inherently abundant.
Because I am.
Because I am.
They're just inscribing. Okay, my reality reflects infinite opportunities to me at all times.
My reality reflects infinite opportunities to me at all times.
I take my time to feel what is in highest alignment with my joy.
I take my time to feel what is in highest alignment with my joy.
All opportunities are always available to me.
All opportunities are always available to me.
Now, I'm going to run that through the ancestral line just for a moment, because this has not been a concurrent belief through the ancestral lineage, right? So just seeing a rope. I'm just seeing a rope of masculine and feminine light representing the man. Yeah, okay, let's unplug, let's tether, let's... Could you say that I am free to do things my own way?
I'm free to do things my own way.
I am here as a teacher of light.
I am here as a teacher of light.
I free myself from the chains and shackles of the past.
I free myself from the chains and shackles of the past.
I release all ancestral inheritance of this nature to God Source Light.
I release all ancestral inheritance of this nature to God Source Light.
Okay, we're going back 6 generations now on the mother's side, so one moment. Okay, whoa, it's dense, so I'm just going to open up a portal. Okay, toxicity. Some of them died because they weren't able to get the nutrients that they needed. Clearing poverty consciousness, clearing their heart had closed off, so they were too proud to ask for help because it wasn't going to come. Clearing all shut down creative channels through the ancestral line into full God Source Light, calling on all party members that are on the other side that are ready for this healing, calling on all masters of light to please. They're saying, we know that if anyone could do it, it would be our girl. It would be you. You are a fighting spirit that nothing can stop. You are a force to be reckoned with. Yes, you have had and faced your own inner demons and turmoil. However, this lifetime is one where you refuse to take no for an answer. So just opening up a channel on the right side as well, and we're just going to start asking all masters of light, clearing all layers, levels, dimensions of the ancestral line. Doing really good. All pressure of what it has been to conform, releasing. All pressure of what it has been to conform, releasing. All pressure of what it has been to conform, releasing. Releasing. Okay, there is a belief on the mother and father's side that their love for you is connected to you being a certain way. So it's conditional love. Do you give permission to release all constructs of conditional love from the mother and father? Okay, this one is real. They're showing me a chain connecting you to you and your mother and your father, and there's rust. So we're just clearing out all of the conditional constructs, belief structures, patternings. And we're breaking free the inner 4-year-old child from your heart. And the dread, the fear at the pit of your stomach, clearing that. There's a galactic being. She is a I don't know what that word is, sorry. She's a feline being. She's completely white with a pearlescent face. I want to say phosphorine. Kataria soda ro shudari sarari soda dia sada kasari shitati anani kiata dia sadatai. Kasu shitatai sada nani soto dia sada dia sada dia sada dia sada. She's clearing through fear out of your throat and your mind. Bathing yourself in these frequencies now. Do you give permission to release the fear and the energy and the construct of punishment over the mother's side, over the left side of your heart and your throat, clearing off fabrics of punishment, clearing the notion of punishment. For there is no need to hold on to the understanding of punishment if one is inherently always worthy. They're really reconstructing the layers of your frequency now, so I'm allowing that light to just work and oscillate through all layers, levels, dimensions. Thank you of Sarah's frequency, reconstructing, reharmonizing. Okay, as that light continues to move through and douse your frequency, I'm placing 2 Merkabas of light, one in the lining of the solar plexus and one in the throat, actually one at the back of the hips, activating this light, this magnetic light now, just pulling all, they're showing me like, how do I explain it? When an emotion is released within the solar plexus where you feel unsafe, it shows me like a pufferfish releasing little pins and needles that trigger your fight or flight response, right? To do with your safety, to do with your worthiness. We're clearing the trauma pattern from the deepest core now, dissolving. Yes, okay. Fear of safety, fear of abandonment, fear of not belonging, fear of judgment from the father, fear of neglect, fear of not being accepted by your peers, fear of ultimately being cast out. There is a quantum belief that you continually, it's like persecution wounding, but it's one where you get cast out completely and everyone else is fine, but you're not, right? Yeah, everyone stays together, and then you're like, well, I'm on my own again. Classic. Show me the deepest layer level of this. Yes, it's abandonment trauma. That everyone would be fine if you weren't there. So let's start dissolving that template now and those experiences into full God Source light. Just taking in some really deep breaths right down into the solar plexus. Just placing a tube of light over the top of your throat, and we're just, there are lots of experiences where you didn't get to express how scared you were. Does this make sense? You didn't get to verbally express. So I want you to tune in through all of your lifetimes, through all of your experiences. We're going to release. Imagine opening up a little zip in the side of your throat like a doorway. There's a tube of light over your throat. I want you to just allow the door to open, and unconsciously, you don't need to do anything consciously, but just letting out all voices of fear, that almost like you screaming into the void, but God is listening. Your creator, the universe, your higher self, your oversoul, your team are listening to catch. There's a fear that if you speak too loud, you'll be punished. There's a fear that you tell someone that you're being abused, that your abuser will abuse you even more. Does this make sense? There is a small child, there's a quantum fractal of you that tried to tell people that you were being punished and abused, and the person who abused you found out and they abused you even more, right? So it created a negative feedback loop. So I just want to clear that fear of expressing oneself. It is safe to trust yourself to express again. It is safe to trust yourself to express your true light again without fear of being called a liar, fear of being, what's it called when someone defames you? Yeah, like defamation of your character. I'm going to place you, we're going to go up a bit higher now, working with galactic consciousness, placing Sarah's aura quantum body in a, it's like a capsule of, it's like a liquid light that has its own consciousness, and what it's doing is it's moving through the layers of your frequency and it's absorbing it. It's like channels of light where it's almost like the representation of, you know how like a worm eats lots of dirt and then digests it? They're just showing me, it's like these layers of light are moving through your system and digesting and integrating that trauma.
Okay.
Okay. What are you doing for the next 45 minutes? Do you have the ability for me to set this to be active? Can you lay there for a while, listening to some music?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
When we finish, just tune into some nice music that you love to listen to. I'm going to create a triple layer of this. Calling on all cosmic frequencies, galactic frequencies that work with Sarah of the highest light, layer in consciousness. Thank you, Syrian. Thank you. I'm just going to wrap your whole energy body up, and I set the intention for this energy to transmute all layers, levels, dimensions of this repressed, suppressed emotional energy across our field into her neutral 0-point divine light. You are in a purification process. Yes, you will need to rest more than you have done so before, maybe ever before. Did you get mono once? They're showing me like tonsillitis. You've rested before, but when you were really sick, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much the only time I've ever done that in my life.
Exactly. They're showing me you've only ever rested when you were super sick, like couldn't physically move. Yeah. Okay, I'm just placing you. You're pretty much in like a med bed, if you would. It's got like a top over it and a bottom over it, and I'm just going to program these frequencies to start moving through the mental, emotional, physical. Yeah, they're like, girl, we know what we're doing. Okay,
amazing.
So I'm just going to activate that now. How's your energy body feeling?
Just like, I feel like I need to go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Okay, I'll hang up the call in a minute. So let me just fully charge that. It's going to be active most intensely for the next 45 minutes, and then the next intensity for 4 hours, but then it's going to be for 14 hours and then 14 days. There's something about 14.
Okay.
So just programming, setting that active now, that energetic container. Thank you. Purifying, neutralizing. Thank you. So just taking a really long, deep breath. Just saying from your cells, imagine that you are your cells, just saying I accept on all levels now. Saying
I
aloud,
accept on all levels now.
I am safe in this purification process.
I am safe in the purification process.
I don't need to do anything, just to be who
Don't
I
need
am.
to do anything, just be who I am.
I will know when it is complete.
I will know when it is complete.
Thank you. Okay. So giving thanks, I'm just going to step away. We're going to leave all of those energies with you there. You drift off, listen to some music, go to sleep, and send me an email when you come out of your slumber.
Okay.
Sending you all my love.
Thank you.
Bye.